Hello, Vibe Gang, what's
up, chat?
Welcome
How we doing?
to another episode of the Vibe Podcast.
Vibe Podcast, wow, we made how many episodes now?
10
At least 10
episodes.
Wow.
I don't know if this is number 10, I think it's earlier.
Wow, think about it, that's pretty good actually.
We have not released 10 episodes yet.
We at least released some episodes, we're still going strong.
We have recorded 10 episodes now.
Yeah.
Or we are recording 10th episode.
Yes.
Now we're just two, we have no guest with us, we're just solo.
No, yeah.
We're going solo. Never let me down, dig it down. Now we're gonna show ya. Oh, yeah. This is the vibe today.
No, yeah.
Hey, stop it, guys.
You can stop clapping.
Stop
It's
clapping.
No,
Stop it.
No, wait, Matti, can I yap here for a second?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay. Today's episode we were gonna fact check.
Fact or not fact?
We're gonna go over Vibe Wikipedia and say fact or not fact.
Woo!
Ding 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 ding.
Wow.
Wait, Matti, when did how can I go on here? Yeah. When did you first know we had Wikipedia?
I think it was after we won Söngvakeppni.
Yeah, then someone they made it.
Yeah, someone made like a small Wikipedia.
Yeah, but now it's kinda bigger.
Yeah, slowly but surely it will grow bigger and bigger.
It's getting bigger and smigger.
So if you have any facts you want to put about us, please edit our Wikipedia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please
Or if you have not fact.
Not fact. Let me. Okay. I'ma read it out for you.
Are you gonna read the history?
I'm gonna read just the thing, and if there's something incorrect here, we need to tell them.
We need to
correct
debunk the wiki fact.
We need to make sure it's fact.
Yes, and you have to change it because we don't know how to edit.
No. Okay. Actually, one time I was like a
moderator.
Not
Wikipedia moderator.
I was like
editor. Didn't you change some Wikipedia about
in Iceland? It's what's it called? Like a hacker? No, not hacker. Griefer. Were you a Wikipedia griefer? When I was in school.
What did you do?
Just in class, me and my friends.
What did you do?
Just changing Icelandic Wikipedias.
Changing history.
I don't think anything is up still, but
Did you do something about the toasters or something?
There was some guy who did that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The inventor of toaster was on the fake guy on Wikipedia for like 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Did you do?
And I did a documentary on that fake guy.
Did you do a documentary about the toaster guy?
Yes, but turns out he doesn't exist.
Where is this toaster guy today?
The toaster guy, the guy who made the toaster is dead, you know. But like the guy who
claimed to make
toaster was just some teenager, some kidding on internet.
And where is his documentary?
No, I did documentary.
Yeah, where is it?
But before I knew it was fake.
So you did the whole documentary about a fake person?
Yes, in school.
Research this
because
person?
we had to do a
documentary,
like essay about some something that was invented. Sometime, and I did start to do about the toaster, and it turns out everything was wrong in that. But I got like a very good grade for it.
About the guy who doesn't exist.
Yes, because at the time everyone thought he existed because all the information on Wikipedia was linked and stuff. Okay, anyways, you can go into details. We'll go into that in another episode. But today we're gonna do fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction game. Woohoo!
Okay, let me read it to you real quick. Vibe.
Okay, yeah.
Stylized in all caps. That's fact. We do all caps.
Yeah, we do all caps.
And most of our songs are all caps. Sometimes it's not, but like...
Yeah, that's just the album record label's fault.
Yeah. Maybe we fix one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah, pronounce Vibe. Like V-I-B-E.
Yeah, that's correct.
That is correct. It's an Icelandic electro music duo consisting of brothers Halldór Helgi Matthíasson and Matti Staði Matthíasson.
Yeah, gets our
that's
dates
true.
Right here.
Yeah, and they said I'm born 4th of June and you are 7th December.
Yeah.
04 and I'm 03. It's all true.
Yeah.
The duo represented Iceland in the Eurovision Song Contest 2025.
Yeah, that happened.
That's true. The song Roa.
Yeah.
They finished 25th overall with 33 points.
We have tattooed.
So that's true. And they also won 2025 Sögur Children's Award for Performer of the Year.
Yes, we did. But that's a very, very important award and very respectful award here in Iceland.
And now we go over the history.
Yes.
And you have to remember, if there's something that's not true, we have to say it's fiction. Okay, ready. Okay. Haldán and Mattias are
Yes.
2 of 6 siblings
Yes.
born in Kópavogur, Iceland.
No, we
I mean,
were born in Reykjavík.
I mean,
theory.
everyone is born in Reykjavík, pretty much.
Yeah.
But then we go to Kópavogur the next day when we're born.
But it was not home birth.
Yeah, we were not born at home.
No,
we were born in the hospital in Reykjavík.
In Reykjavík.
But like in Kópavogur, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I always recommend Kópavogur.
Yeah, I would say
I would not say, I would say it fact.
Okay.
Their mother participated in the 2008 söngvakeppnin with the song Lífsins leið.
That's correct.
That's true. That's fact. Haldán won the Icelandic singing competition, the Christmas Star, in 2015.
Yes, you were.
That was my claim to fame in Iceland.
Yeah, your famous moment.
While Mattias appeared in 2020 television series Eurogarðurinn.
That's correct.
Yeah,
I was an actor there.
He was actor and voiced Nemo in Icelandic dub of Finding Dory.
Yeah, that's fact.
That's true.
I have tattoo of Nemo.
That is true. That is true.
Okay,
yeah,
continue.
and during the COVID-19 pandemic, don't take me back. In 2020, the two brothers recorded and edited church services for Lindakirkja. That's true.
In a sense,
that's true. We recorded and edited.
Oh my god, yes.
They know that stuff.
It was like edited church stuff.
Yeah, like masses. We did that.
Oh my god.
Just the two of us.
I forgot about that.
We were carrying the church on our shoulders.
Yeah.
In the local church. And the live stream funerals for mourners affected by lockdown restrictions. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that was a side project.
Yeah, because there was no one doing it at the time.
Our priest asked us because we were technology guys.
Yeah, we were the technology
like, you guys know the live stream. We were like, yes. And then we didn't know.
Do you want the live stream funeral?
And we were like, yes, sure.
Yes.
So it kind of like went
that was
on from there.
Yeah, it was kind of traumatizing though.
I remember one funeral.
Yeah, the first one you did, I think.
Yes.
It was the weirdest.
Because we had to live stream the open
casket.
And then...
okay, yeah, that was... Okay, let's tell the story. We had to live stream the open casket.
I remember, we were like 16, 15.
Yeah, we were children. And it was for like only one person watching.
Yeah.
It was like the daughter of the guy or something.
Yeah.
And we were live streaming it, would show the open casket and trying to show the dead body.
I don't know why Facebook didn't take it down.
I don't understand. but we were showed it and like, okay, we didn't feel quite comfortable with it. But then the protagonist or the person watching, she wanted to see it closer.
Go closer.
It was always commenting.
Go closer.
Closer. We were going so close.
And we went to the face.
Yeah, we get straight to the face. And closer.
They were closer.
And closer.
We're like, what are we doing here?
And we were both like, oh, don't looking and just showing.
That was the first time we saw that body.
Yes. It was
which is
crazy
to say out loud.
Yeah, I will never forget this.
Yeah.
But we were giving the people what they wanted.
I guess, yeah, everyone's happy. So.
Everyone was happy at the end.
I mean, it's of course a hard scenario because it's like COVID lockdown. You can't go to the funeral of like your dad or something.
So someone had to do it.
I guess.
We did.
No one else knew how to do it in the church.
It was
so we went to so many churches around Iceland.
But this one, we will always remember this one.
Never forget.
Okay, let's continue.
Let's continue. Yeah. So that's fact.
Fact.
They formed Vibe in 2022 after posting comedy song on TikTok. Aron kann borða kál.
That's correct.
Yeah. Aron kann eating cabbage. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like a nothing burger song we like made in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And deciding to release it on Spotify. They took the name from the acronym of Icelandic words virðing, ærðarleysi and bullandi stemning, meaning respect, serenity and good atmosphere. I guess, I mean, afterwards, that's what the name is.
Let's tell them the truth.
I mean, we always said that when in interviews because they were like, what does it mean? What does Vibe mean? And we just said something, like, pretty much.
Yeah,
it was on the spot, like.
Yeah, we said it on the spot, and it stuck with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's a good acronym.
It's a good, yeah, I like the acronym.
But it was kind of a lie.
Yeah, kind of, because originally we just
said Vibe
for nothing.
Yeah, just good Vibe.
But afterwards we found the acronym.
Yeah.
So the acronym, but still, I don't think this needs
the acronym. This is gonna be the official acronym for it.
Yeah, so it doesn't need changing.
No, don't change this.
It's all good. Okay. In early 2024, Vibe participated in that year's söngvakeppni in the national selection method for the Eurovision Song Contest with the song Bíómynd.
Yes, we did.
They won their semi-final. Yeah, that's true.
We did.
Placed 4th overall. That's true. Bíómynd was subsequently nominated subsequently nominated for the 2024 Children's Sögur Award. Why is that always so
I don't know
on the list? Like, I mean, that's pretty good. That's the only award we've ever won.
Yeah, true.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't win though. But yeah, we were nominated for lyrics and something. Vibe won the following year Söngvakeppnin in February 2025 with Róa, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
The song was described as a synth-driven pop track with Icelandic lyrics by Iceland Review. I mean, it was probably described that. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds
I'll take that. By the time of the latter, they had signed to Alde Music and had released the studio album Vibe Check and the EP Vibe Hour.
No, the EP Vibe Hour went after.
Yeah, no, I say like by the time they were competing in Söngvakeppnin, they already released Vibe Check and Vibe Hour. That's true.
No.
Yeah.
Vibe Hour was not out when we did
Róa, yes.
Yeah, second time.
Yeah,
yes.
They're talking about that. It's
they're talking about
strangely worded.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought I was talking about Beyond.
No, they're talking about Róa here still.
Okay.
Okay. And subsequently,
this is a hard word.
Yeah, they subsequently.
Can you guys change it to very easy English for us?
So I can read my Wikipedia. They subsequently launched a line of Ash Wednesday costumes based on their outfits and immediately sold out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. In Ash Wednesday, it's like Halloween in Iceland.
Yes.
And everyone was playing us. It was pretty cool. And everyone was like, "We need costume." And we were like, last minute, "Oh my god,
yeah, we can get costume.
We can make something." And we talked with one of the
a guy,
Mr. Hansen,
costumes.
The goat. He's very good. He makes so many clothes in Iceland that he did quality costumes. So it was like, okay, nice. So we could make like 100, but like there were more than 100 people that wanted to play us. Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously. Look at this. Okay. Anyways. They then set up a pop-up store in Kringlan.
Yeah, that was around when we were in Eurovision.
Yeah, that's true.
But then we did a pop-up in Kringlan. Like we showed up at Kringlan on Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
But that was like a stunt for the documentary that they wanted to do for the Eurovision.
They wanted to show Vibe Mania.
Yes.
Vibe Mania. Everybody go crazy. Vibe.
So they said, go to Kringlan and make every kid who's dressed as Vibe come.
Yeah.
So we did that.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool. But yeah, we had a pop-up store. We never saw the pop-up store.
Only after it was closed. Because it was only open when we were in Basel.
Yeah,
but we heard it was crazy.
Yeah,
everybody in Iceland going to Vibe store, buy Vibe glasses. You know?
Yeah, the Vibe glasses sold out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay.
In March 2025, both Vibe and 5 Minust. You remember them?
Yeah.
Estonian guys.
Yeah.
The 2024 Estonian entry for Eurovision participated in a fundraiser live stream organized by Eurovision YouTuber ECK.
Yes, we did. Yeah, that's correct.
That's funny that this ended on the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
To help raise money for Ukraine in the ongoing Russian invasion.
Yes.
During the stream, they played the Eurovision quiz, ranked the concerts, Icelandic entry, performed karaoke, reviewed fan art, and raised $3,952.
That's pretty good.
I said that's pretty good. One night. Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah.
At the first semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2025, they placed 6th and qualified for the final. That's true. Then where they came 25th. At the 2025 Sögur Children Festival, Róa was nominated for Song of the Year and Vibe won Performer of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So
sounds good.
So far, everything been fact.
Is there more?
There's not been fiction to anything so far.
There's nothing more.
Next is discography. Do they forget anything? No, everything's here. Checks out. References, yeah, checks out.
Wikipedia.
I say Wikipedia has been fact-checked.
This was fact-checking of the Wikipedia. Whoa.
Yeah, we truly did fact-check that Wikipedia.
Hey, it's good to fact-check things.
It is. You need to make sure everything is top-notch.
I think it's good that we did this because otherwise we would never do this.
What? Read Wikipedia?
Fact-check it.
Yeah. We can actually fact-check the Róa song. It also has its own Wikipedia. If you want to go over that.
Do we want to go over that?
We can do it.
Yeah, okay.
If we want to. But like, let me see. Wow, there's so much about that song.
What?
Yo! That Wikipedia about Róa is like 10 times longer than our...
Yeah, okay, this was enough content.
Yeah. We'll maybe go over to
do you want to go over this whole... You can maybe read something.
We can talk about the controversies.
You want to talk about the controversies?
Should we do that now? Because it's been so long. We haven't ever talked about it.
I don't know how much we can say about the controversy.
We can say whatever we want, bro.
Okay.
Okay. Let me find if I can. I think there's think there's something here on the Wikipedia. Wait. Beep. No, wait. Critical reception. No, wait. Yap a little bit, Matti, for me.
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
Henna, accused plagiarism controversy.
Yes, okay, we're going there.
We're going to detail. I think that's fun. Honestly.
Yeah, I think people want to hear it.
Yes, of course.
We've never, I think, spoken about it.
When we did release Róa,
yes,
pretty much like soon after there were some comments going, my brother's getting married.
Yes.
Like, what?
We're like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? That's kind of funny. Are you talking about Matti? Or Matti getting married?
We thought they were talking about we are getting married.
Yeah,
me and
it was we thought it was some reference or something that...
Yeah, something TikTok thing, some 6-7 thing.
Yeah, we thought it was like, we're too much to understand.
Yes.
But turns out, there was another song.
Yes.
That was from Israel.
Yes.
Ooh. We're getting into details, chat. We're getting into details. And the guy who made that song, he was not happy.
No.
Not happy.
Not happy.
Because he thought that we listened to his song and said, we will do that in Eurovision.
Let me do this one in Eurovision.
Now, he thought we listened to his song and were like, we should do the same song in Eurovision.
Yes.
But that's not true in real life. Because we never heard of that song. But we listened to it afterwards and it's okay song. I will not be a hater.
No, fine
because
song.
You have to always, I will always appreciate people that want to do music.
Yeah, we love everyone doing music.
And sometimes in music, some things sound maybe I don't know. But this was, I swear, I would never.
No.
No, but overall, that was a kind of crazy controversy.
Yes.
Because that was the first time we were like, oh, damn, we're kind of scared, you know?
Yes.
Like, oh my God, we will get thrown out.
But to be a real artist, you have to go into some controversy.
Yeah, I think so. I think we learned a lot from it.
Yes. And like, I think we gained respect from it.
Do you think so?
Yes, I think because
people took our music that seriously.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
Like people are talking about it.
Yeah, we gained so much PR.
Yeah. In the long run, it was good that it was a controversy.
Yeah, I guess. And they talked about it on like the Israel television and did like comedy of us. And
yes, it was so cool.
That was kind of funny though. That was kind of funny.
But yes.
Overall, I would recommend everyone to go to one controversy because a lot of this controversy is deeper than maybe people think sometimes.
Oh yes,
because
very deep.
or at least for us, because like it was like for a week or something when it first started and the media was like in Iceland calling us. That was the first time like media was calling us 24/7, but like, what, do you have a comment? And first we were like just funny about it. We were like, oh, It's so funny. But then after like the 5th call, we were like, bruh,
stop calling me.
Are you still serious about this?
You've answered this question 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, because first we were like, yeah, funny, whatever. And then for the 5th time we were like, okay, bro, seriously, what is this?
What do you want now?
Do you seriously think we do? But yeah, so that was kind of funny. So now the first time Vibe talk about controversy.
There you go.
But then turns out nothing happened. So
yeah, no. Everyone's happy, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone's happy now.
Yeah,
I think so. At least. I hope so.
I hope so.
I just want everyone in life to be happy. But
yeah. I think so. But creating Róa was a very hard experience.
Yeah, and it's also so
long.
It's sad when people think we just stole something.
Yes, that we worked so hard.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That we worked many months. We'll never. And Inge also has never worked on one song as long as we worked on Róa.
No, we have never.
And the details in Róa. And it's so sad when people think, oh my God, they just took this song, put it here, flip plop, Eurovision.
New song.
Yeah, no, it's
much deeper than this.
It's months of work.
Yes, we were locked in the studio. we recorded everything. We created a mini documentary.
Yeah, we have a documentary about everything, and it has the drama and everything.
Yes, and this is a very good documentary, I think.
Yeah, we might release someday. I don't know.
It's about the creation of Róa.
Yeah. We got that's another point. We have everything on camera when we did the entire song.
Yes, and
entire song, every single session, we got everything.
Yeah, we have everything.
Yeah.
So it was like 4-5 months. We created Róa.
If it was from September till I think we got the final master in
February.
No,
January. Beginning of January.
September, October, November,
December, January.
5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
5-month process.
Think about one song.
It
was worth it though, because we got billion streams.
Billion streams for 5 months. That's so worth it. Yeah, it was like every day in the studio doing just one sound for the
it's so funny
song.
Like we recorded so many things like there are brass instrument we played so many like instrument people to play on the song and stuff. Maybe you don't even hear it. Like
no, you probably don't hear it.
The violin is real violin and there's brass and
there's saxophone.
People maybe don't hear it. There's so much details in this song because we were always like just tick 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 tick
tiny bit of this, tiny bit of that.
So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I will say that's fact check.
Fact check.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, we really went deep on this one, Matti.
Yeah, it's good. I think we have this connection on the podcast that we can go on the deep end.
We can go dive into the deep end, man.
Yeah, it's cool to go to the deep end.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
It's important for artists. I think. Do you know any other musicians that are having podcast? Is there a lot of musicians?
Logic, I know.
Is he having podcast?
I listened to one podcast he had.
Is he like the host?
Yeah, he's the host.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane?
Yes, they did a song together.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is good. We need to have him on an episode.
Yeah, we'll try to get him. I'll reach out.
I'll send him an email.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him.
I did said.
He'll probably get.
Okay, who's the most famous person you met? We talked about this.
Yeah, is it like Graham Norton or something?
We thought so. I think so. That Graham
I
Norton.
once met Unbox Therapy.
He's not more famous than
he has like 13 million subscribers.
Graham Norton has more.
Yeah, he
live
is more
subscribers.
famous. Yeah, live subscribers. But like,
yeah, we met him and we shook his hand.
That was
said, hello,
cool.
Graham Norton. He said, hello, Vibe.
I don't think there's anyone more famous than him. Like
in the world.
No, that we've met.
No, that we met.
Like I haven't met like Brad Pitt, you know.
No, I haven't.
I met Laufey.
Yeah, that I would say that is more, but more. That was like more stalker behavior.
That was not. I just saw her downtown. I was like, "Hey, yo, Laufey, huge fan," and she was like, "Hello," and I had like a
CD
because we did a feature on an album of our friend Willi, and we were at this release party and we got a CD, copy a CD, and I just had the CD on me, and I just said to Laufey, like, "Laufey, can you sign this CD for me?" And she's like, "What is this?" Like, this is the album from a guy. And he's like, I don't know who this, I can't sign. And I'm like, oh, that's fair. And then just walked away. So I just asked her to sign an album from nobody. But I get it because she doesn't know who it is. So
yeah,
like,
makes sense. If you had her
anything.
album, that would make, then she would have.
Yeah, of course. If I literally had her album
that
on
would
me,
be so cool.
It was just lucky because she was randomly there. But
yeah,
that's
and then
I thought afterwards, maybe I should have taken picture. But
do you notice how every time a celebrity comes to Iceland is like in the news?
That's true. Every time a celebrity appears in Iceland is like the biggest news.
But like every time a celebrity goes to like London or something,
nobody cares. Maybe because there are so many celebrities in London.
Yeah,
there aren't many celebrities in Iceland.
There are no celebrities.
Because Björk, maybe.
Would you say there are many celebrities in Iceland?
There is not to be a celebrity, local celebrity in Iceland is nothing.
It's easy to become a local celebrity.
Like anyone.
A known name.
If you want to be local celebrity, you can just.
Yeah, it's a 300,000 people.
400,000
now.
Yes. When you think about it, 400,000 people.
That's so small.
That's not many people.
No, it's easy to get recognized by 400,000 people.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Just do something crazy on the news.
Yeah, just do backflip from Empire State Building.
That would be going on the news in Iceland. Icelandic guy does backflip from Empire State Building.
Obviously.
Everybody would be like, Stefan from Iceland.
Yes, you become a local legend. But like the thing is, it's harder to branch out. But that's the other thing. Like maybe people don't want to branch out. Maybe I don't know, to be like a international celebrity.
Yeah, there are a few here in Iceland. It's like Björk. Yeah. It's Kaleo.
Yeah,
Monsters and Man. Then we have Laufey,
of course,
and we have. Would you say
Daði Freyr maybe?
Daði Freyr reached very good out to Europe and then in the actor thing, I would say just do people know like Ólafur Darri and Jónsökur?
I mean, I think we know them just because they're Icelandic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And we're saying names now, the people listening don't know.
Yeah, maybe they know. Maybe that's what I'm checking.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it like because they're Icelandic and they've gone to Hollywood and have played in big movies?
Yeah, no, I don't think that people know them. I don't know any actors pretty much.
No.
The average guy doesn't know.
Maybe like the movie fanatics.
Yeah, maybe.
They know.
In the movie fandoms.
Yeah, we're not like we're in the music fandom, so.
Some niche part of it, yeah.
Yeah, we know like music lore.
I know music lore, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And now maybe Vibe on Botor. Maybe I would say maybe if Botor goes well,
what happens then?
Then Vibe becomes legend. Become legend.
Yeah, ayo. To be a legend, it's just a state of mind. Everyone is a legend, bro.
I would say so.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah, hopefully Botor will go well, and
I know Botor will go well.
And next time someone will be counting celebrities, they will say Vibe.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, we've reached more success than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, 100%. We didn't.
To just that we're speaking English now is crazy.
Yeah, I would never thought that we two brothers would be speaking English
because we only did Icelandic things.
Yeah, we thought we were always going to be in Iceland.
Yeah,
but now we are in.
But still singing Icelandic, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I never get it why people love to hear Icelandic.
Yeah, it's something.
I love it that people love it.
It's so just cool that music is recognized.
Yeah, the good music is just good music. Doesn't matter the language.
Hey, yo, that's true. Shout out. I like Joost Klein.
Yeah, I love him.
And he so doesn't always speak English. He does mixture.
Yeah, we're trying
to go a little bit that way with the new album.
Yeah, in the new album we're trying a little bit of English.
A little bit of English, see what people like, and just like experimenting a little bit.
But still a lot of Icelandic.
Pretty much all Icelandic.
You like wanted to do the whole album in Icelandic.
Yeah. That would, if I would have chosen.
But me and Ingi, we were saying, let's try a little bit English.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes.
Well, I guess we'll never know. No, I guess we will know. We will know when album release.
But yeah, we know.
But I think that's it for this today's episode.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a pretty chill episode, actually.
Yeah, it was. We went through a lot this episode.
We went through everything.
It was a deep episode.
Hey, yo, deep. Like for more deep episodes, chat.
Not as deep as the conspiracy one, though.
That was a good one.
That was a crazy one.
Yeah, that was probably the best one.
Hopefully you liked that one.
Yeah.
But yes. Thank you so much for listening to the Vibe podcast.
Yes.
Listen on YouTube and Spotify and stuff.
Like, share, and subscribe. Trying to reach 100,000 subscribers.
No, we're not plugging the YouTube. But this will go on YouTube.
Follow me on Spotify.
Oh, follow us on Spotify.
Botor.
Give us 5 stars.
5 stars on Spotify. Review. If you get 1,000 people to say 5 stars, I will give you burger.
Thank you for listening to the episode.
Yes.
We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Crush.